I recently, like a month ago, realized that Starlight Express was about trains and that they're trains. And can I also tell you that the beginning of Phantom of the Opera, when it's like that 80s synth music on the undertow of the score is incorrect. And it shouldn't.
Why?
Think of the opening. It's like. And then it goes like. I can't do it. There's so many sounds I can't do it with my mouth. It sounds wrong. There's an 80s synth going on underneath the overture that has bothered me since like the day I was born.
It's incorrect.
And like that same guy did Cats, and that same guy did Starlight Express. I can't do it anymore.
Yeah, I mean, he's about to have Sunset Boulevard on too. They have Cats on Off-Broadway.
Wait, is he doing Sunset Boulevard?
He wrote it.
Okay, and that's the musical that we're seeing on TikTok of the guy being like Sunset Boulevard.
Wait, Nicole Scherzinger won the Olivier.
And apparently she's amazing.
But I've heard she's amazing. But there is also drama between Andrew Lloyd Webster and Nicole Scherzinger, so I'm shocked.
Webster.
What did I say? Andrew Lloyd Webster.
Who is that? Andrew Lloyd
Weber.
Andrew Lloyd Webster.
Oh, I said Webster.
What's the drama between them?
The drama is that I think Nicole Scherzinger was going to be in Cats. She was in Cats. Okay, well,
she was.
They bumped heads because she wanted the poster to say Nicole Scherzinger
as it should
in Cats, which I'm with her.
As it should.
Why would Cats go above Nicole Scherzinger?
Right. And also, when you're Nicole Scherzinger, like
she's Grisabella. She's a title role.
Aren't we trying to sell tickets?
He is
Glenn Close.
washed up, incorrect,
say it.
Gay idiot.
I knew he was gay. I knew it. I was like, all of this.
And I hate gay people.
Yeah. By the way, you are not.
I love being here. I love you guys, but I fucking hate gay people.
I mean, off of that note,
we haven't started recording.
We did.
No, we've
been recording. To make sure we did.
Well, I mean, we're gonna include all of that, but we need to welcome our guest this week for episode 20. She's an actress, a comedian, a TikTok star, and she hates gay people.
I'm not a TikTok star. That's a slur.
Okay. She's just a
social
star.
media creator.
Nope.
Creator in general.
Creator is a slur.
Actress.
Model.
Don't you fucking dare. I'm a model. I'm an actress. And in high school, when I auditioned for Midsummer Night's Dream, they gave me the choice of playing either Titania or Helena.
And what did you choose?
Helena.
Work.
Oh, wow. Caitlyn Reilly.
Caitlyn Reilly is here. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Oh my God, we are truly among
I had to move a
stars.
few lunches to be here, but I'm here.
It's 6 p.m.
Just a nice 6 o'clock.
Long lunches.
Yeah. We are in Barcelona.
Yeah.
You know, in high school, I wasn't given the option, and not to one-up you, but in the musical Spring Awakening, I was double cast as Moritz Stiefel, and then on the next weekend, I played I can't even remember the name. The gay one, the really sassy one.
Ralph?
No.
Hans. Victor.
Okay, that's Frozen, honey.
I don't remember, but I know that musical like the back of my hand.
He's the one who's like
Hanshin.
Hanshin. That one.
Yeah, but the one who's like, don't be scared.
Yeah. He's literally like, we're about to do sodomy.
Yeah.
So don't be scared.
Right.
He's like, I have all this lube.
Yeah.
Oh my God, am I the Hawk Tuah girl?
I can't do it anymore.
I can't. I genuinely was like, oh, this will go away.
Well, it's the memification of comedy. It's like not like I'm currently a very used meme right now.
Yes, the girl who's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
But it's amazing.
I don't like it.
I've seen people steal it.
Oh, I've seen people. Honey, a lot of people steal a lot of things from me.
Yes.
Thievery is alive and well.
I mean, if people like, you have no control over memes. If someone uses my picture and it's like, girl, blah, 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 who's going to be okay. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah. But there's a part of me, so like someone texted me a few months ago, they were like, you're blowing up on gay Twitter. And I was like, what does that mean?
Yes.
I'm by the way, honored.
You blew up on gay Twitter for the right reasons.
But also, I feel like I blew up on gay Twitter a long time ago.
Yeah, no, you have. But I think what they were probably saying was like, girl, you're back. You are the moment.
If that...
She said old news, honey. I already trended on Twitter.
Yeah.
Been there, done that.
I feel like I'm deep in a well and I'm clawing my way out and I don't have any nails.
Deeper well.
Why are you in a deep well? Oh, of the gays.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're drowning.
I'm in the dark
You're the girl.
place.
You're Samara from The Ring.
Yes.
And your nails are chipping off.
Are you on Twitter?
No, I deleted my Twitter because I made a joke about the movie Joker. And I said, what did I say? I said Emma Stone could do the Joker, but Joaquin Phoenix could never do La La Land.
Which is correct.
Well,
maybe he's about to prove himself.
I thought it was really funny just because I hated the movie Joker so much for a lot of reasons. And I think Joaquin Phoenix is obviously a brilliant actor. And I don't feel like I need to be like, no, but I like Joaquin. I thought the movie was ass and it was getting such hype and I was like, oh, so the movie for incels, cool. It was so weird, and then I watched the movie and I was like, it was worse than I thought it was gonna be. Anyway, so then I kept doubling and tripling down on jokes, and I was like, you guys, every single time I make a tweet about the Joker, they just keep paying me, so I have to keep doing it. And then the incels of Twitter found me, and then I started getting weird death threats, and I was like, I think I'm gonna delete my Twitter.
Totally.
You're also like, you're just proving my point about why I feel this way about the
people got so mad, which is so funny to me, because do we really need another Joker movie?
I was just about to say,
do we really need another Joker movie?
And we're gonna get another
one, and no one wants it.
It's a musical.
And is it really?
It's oh girl, you gotta go watch the trailer. I mean, Lady Gaga's gonna be amazing.
Yeah,
let's just say that.
Mother.
Okay.
She's gonna have let me tell you what, she's gonna have a fun press tour.
Yeah, she is. Can we talk about press tours?
Wait,
of course.
Let's do it. Have you done a press tour?
I have, actually.
Oh my god.
I'm an actress, so of course I have. I've been on the main cast of a television show.
Yes.
Can we talk about the It Ends With Us press tour?
Of course.
Are we not on this side of TikTok right now? Well, are we not well versed in this right now?
I am.
Are we not allowed to talk about this right now?
We could talk about it. I read the book. Actually, I don't read a lot of books.
So Blake Lively's a dear friend.
Yeah. Absolutely love Blake Lively.
Go on.
I don't read a lot of books. I read more like plays and things like that. Bless you. And what?
That's such a flex.
Yeah. No,
I don't read a lot of books. I read plays.
No, I don't mean it like that. I just want to be like, I
recently read Medea.
But I did go through this thing. I was like seeing somebody last year, and then it kind of ended, and I was like, nothing is making me feel good that I already do in my life. So I was like, let me read a book. I got on Book Talk, and I don't know why I picked It Ends With Us, but I was like, I'm going to read this book. And I started reading it, and I read the entire book in one day. And then I woke up the next morning and went to Barnes & Noble. I'm not trying to flex. I literally have not touched a book since this, so that's it. And then the next day I woke up Barnes & Noble and read It Begins With Us.
It Starts With Us.
It Starts With Us.
Brilliant title to
yeah, you know she did that, and she was like, fuck.
Did you see the movie? I saw it this weekend.
I feel like you and I are on complete opposite ends of this spectrum.
Well, then maybe it's a good conversation.
So I did not read the book, but I had my friend who told me to not read the book tell me what it was about. So we need to start this off by acknowledging the fact that the lead character of this story is a young woman named Lily Blossom Bloom.
Yes.
Wait. What?
Yeah.
Lily Blossom Bloom?
Yes. And what does she do for a living?
Flowers?
Yeah. She's a florist.
But I will say,
no. That is like a full immediate stop. That is a put your shoes on and get the fuck out of my house. Because what the fuck are you talking about?
Okay.
What do you mean? And then the lead character, Lily Blossom Bloom, is obsessed with Ellen DeGeneres.
No.
And there's many like iterations and referrals to Just Keep Swimming from the movie Finding Nemo. And like the very last line of the book is when she links up with her soulmate, this guy that she was in love with when she was a teenager. His God-given government name is Atlas. Okay? And then he says to her, what does he say to her? Keep swimming, or you don't need to swim anymore. We found some stupid fucking bullshit like that. A grown-ass woman wrote this book.
Okay, I I will say they do make fun of her name in the movie. She says like, I don't want to tell you my name because it's crazy.
Okay, good.
And then when she's introducing herself, she's like, I don't want to tell you my name. And he's like, why not? And she's like, it's Lily. And he's like, what's your last name? And she's like, I can't tell you, it's crazy.
That's like if I wrote a book about a character that was like worked for the government. She's like, you're not gonna believe what my name is. My first name is United. My last name is States. Like, that is so insane to make terrible writing choices and then spend like an entire book justifying those terrible writing choices.
Yeah.
I've never written a book before.
Yeah.
So
Disclaimer: none of us actually know how to write.
And I will say that they cut the Ellen DeGeneres storyline out of the movie.
Well, they had to, because it's literally about an abuser. And
but that's what I mean about the press tour being weird, because it's like, wear your florals, bring your friends, like, you know, everyone's hot in this movie. It's like, no, this movie's about domestic violence.
It does seem like the tone is a little off for the press tour, because while it should be around, that is what the movie is fully about. So like more maybe like awareness of domestic abuse, or like giving resources, or, you know, talking about the subject of it. But it does seem like it's been a very light and airy press tour, which the movie is not.
I've been a spectator of the discourse that's been taking place.
I think,
but if there's a role there's a role that I'm right for in the sequel, I'm available.
Right. What I think, and what I want to say, because there's so much discourse on TikTok and whatnot, is we do not know the full story.
You guys are just playing the field.
No,
guys are just.
I want to say,
you guys are just trying to be PC.
No,
and I'm bored. I'm bored.
Okay, well, in that boredom, read the book and watch the movie.
I'm not going to read the book, and I'm not going to watch the movie.
Then keep
I'm
talking.
currently reading the book. I'm currently reading the book War and Peace, so I'm a little busy.
Okay, well, if I have time from reading plays, I'll give that one a try.
And now, word from our sponsors.
It ends with us, the movie.
They're like, do an ad for us and just talk about the discourse of the movie. Yeah, we can do that.
I did enjoy the movie. I will say that.
Oh, so you saw it?
I did see it. Yes.
Oh,
yeah. That's why I was explaining. She does, like, they do touch on the basis of her name and how crazy it is that she's a florist. And
but do they do that in the book?
Yes.
Oh.
They do.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Because
you don't need to yell at me. I'm like guys, literally aghast. Like, that's so weird. Like, literally aghast. That's like crazy that you're doing that. Sorry. No, sorry. Like, sorry, but like, I'm literally aghast at your house. Like, that's insane. That's insane that you would do that.
I apologize.
Sorry. Like, did you guys just see that? That's nuts. He's going to take this out because he's manipulative and everyone knows it. Sorry. I just have to stand up for myself as the only woman here. That's crazy.
I apologize.
Okay, should we all do this? I'll take a breath, okay?
So how are you?
I'm okay.
Yeah.
I'm good.
No, you go.
No, but also
one at a time, because otherwise I won't be able to understand.
Yeah. How do you differentiate?
Right.
Yeah.
One at a time. Okay.
VIP meet and greet line up here.
He's talking just one at a time. Thank you. Nick?
So the best part about this is I don't remember my question.
Okay.
You're up.
Julian?
No, I was just going to say, like, being so beautiful and famous and a model, I'm sure you do a lot of press junkets.
A lot.
What is your, favorite thing other than press junkets? Like,
I love doing a press junket.
I've
done many.
Top of the list. Favorite things to do.
I've done a lot. The last studio film that I was in.
Yeah.
I've been in 7 studio films.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Well, I will say I love teamwork here on Loot, because Nick writes on Loot as well.
I tried to bribe Nick into writing me into season 2, and he didn't.
Hey, me too, bitch. I'm trying.
I know. I was like, look, if this was completely up to me, it would happen. It's just.
I just feel like it is up to you, but you just didn't want to.
That's not what.
Yeah, because you had your own episode.
Do you hear? I've been looking at this GarageBand thing. I have only, since we started this, I think my voice track has only been laughter. It's literally just like, I'm just laughing. I think you're hilarious. I think you're so talented.
Thanks.
I think you deserve every opportunity that's coming your way.
Oh my God. Wow, I'm gonna literally throw up and cry. I've had like a really bad day. That was so much fun.
I know. And you've been working. She's been working. No, come on.
I have not worked in a year and a half.
Okay. That happens in Hollywood. That's also the industry is an absolute disaster right now.
Yeah.
So
I'm hanging out.
Yeah, but you're ready.
I'm terrified.
Yeah.
But I'm having a good time.
Yeah. Having a full existential crisis every single day about your career and life is really, really
I quit vaping last year and then I had a nervous breakdown.
Because of the quitting the vaping? Or just
both.
Combination? Strike?
Combination, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you quit right
I quit vaping cold turkey.
Right. Okay, that's hard.
Yeah.
That's rough. But you're 1 year nicotine free, I saw as of yesterday.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Congratulations.
Yeah. And then you had a nervous breakdown just because of everything that was going on.
Yeah, life. And I nervous breakdown, like I kept on having panic attacks all the time.
Oh, no.
And I didn't know why. And I was having severe stomach pain to the point where I like drove myself to the hospital.
Oh God.
And I was like, something's wrong.
Yeah.
And they were like, no, we think that you're having a very severe panic attack. And I was like, what do you mean? Mm-hmm. And then I went to a couple doctors. I went to like a stomach doctor and he was like, you need to stop vaping because you don't have a stomach lining. And I was like, I'm sorry, what? And apparently vaping's really bad for you. Yeah. And I just hit a wall. And then I was sitting around just feeling awful. And I was talking to my therapist and I was like, something's wrong. And she was like, no, I think you're having a little bit of a nervous panic episode. She gave it a very cute,
like a nice
fancy name for nervous breakdown.
You're having a Dustenblappen.
Yeah, she was like, I don't think you processed your dad's death. And I was like, you're right, I didn't. So then it was like 4 months of crying and like going to the acupuncturist and energy healers. And then I started to feel worse because I quit vaping. And now I'm better.
Yeah, well, you look great.
Thank you.
And sometimes you got to go through those things. It's good.
Sometimes you need to have a nervy bee.
It's not.
Have you ever had a nervy bee?
I had I've definitely. I mean, I've had my bad years for sure. I feel like there are years. I had a year where I was like with multiple therapists and getting checked by a doctor every single week vibes, which is not fun. That was probably the worst of it.
Is this too heavy?
No.
Okay. Just checking.
But it was hilarious. No.
My therapist is hilarious.
But I did have a panic attack one time.
You've only had one panic attack in your life? Go fuck yourself. Honestly, go fuck yourself.
No, I'm talking like the full like ringing in the ears, feeling like I'm gonna faint, like almost vomiting vibes. Okay,
yeah, babe. Just one. Aww. Was that scary? Aw, I'm sorry that happened to you.
Yeah. I know, it was scary.
It was scary,
I can't imagine having another one.
I know. For hours, weeks, days, can't sleep.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
It was terrible.
I'm so sorry. That
and it was one of those things,
stressful.
It was awful. But I didn't realize what was happening to me. And then I was talking to my therapist. My therapist was like, well, so you quit a substance, cold turkey, that you've been addicted to since you were 17.
Yeah.
So that has a lot to do with it.
Right.
And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like, I should know that.
Yeah.
And then I talked to a doctor because I was like, I feel I'm like one bad day away from like losing my mind.
Yeah.
And I was like, am I okay? Because then there's that fear of when you're having such chronic anxiety and depression and like not sleeping and feeling insane that you're like, is this how people lose their minds?
Right.
Like, is this the beginning of that? So I was terrified that I was like losing my mind.
Will I ever be okay again?
Will I ever be okay again?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's what panic disorder is, where it kind of just takes over. That's what a nervous breakdown is.
Yeah.
And so I was talking to my doctor and he said that quitting, that's the loudest water bottle in the world.
I know, that's right. I just moved it away from the microphone. Is it that bad?
No, but it's just like the deep topic.
No,
Like,
I thought it was hilarious. It's levity. No, it's perfect.
Sorry.
I love this.
I'm so sorry.
No,
it's sorry.
I loved it. No. Anyway, so I spoke to a doctor.
Yes. I'm so sorry.
I spoke to a doctor and he said that quitting vaping, a doctor said this.
Okay.
Quitting quitting vaping is equivalent to trying to quit heroin.
Oh.
Because apparently vaping, it deposits nicotine in your system like 10 times higher than a normal cigarette would. Okay. And like a lot of people don't know that because we don't know the science of vaping yet.
Right,
yeah.
It's like we're just like smoking cigarettes in the 50s right now.
Because it's just not long term yet. There's not enough like knowledge about
we
it.
don't know yet.
Yeah.
We're smoking batteries.
Yeah.
Stop. And I was addicted.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know anything outside of me sitting on the couch vaping and scrolling my phone. That is who I was. So I'm better now.
Yeah. That is amazing. That's huge.
It was not fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Crying all the time, not being able to sleep.
Yeah.
Anyway. So that was my year last year.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a nervy bee?
That's what I'm trying to think of. Like, I think right now, and not to be too heavy, but I think right now there are like really good things in my life, but like I think I'm focusing on those to like take away from the things that I am feeling like anxious about, especially like, and we've talked about it on here, but like fatigue of creating or just like being stuck in a place and feeling really anxious about like not knowing what else to do. Just really feeling the feelings and like not like going to something like weed or distracting yourself in other aspects of your life, but actually just like sitting and like dealing with it. I think that's what I'm having trouble doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like in a healthy way for anybody who's listening. But like it's just like a ups and downs. It's like peaks and valleys.
Yeah.
And
it's tough. And I think like in this industry specifically, it's so fast paced. And everything is so front facing and personal. Like it's you.
Yeah.
And you're constantly being perceived at all times. And for the longest time, like, and I don't think my career is made by any means. Like I still consider myself a struggling actor, very much so. But you know, I obviously have more opportunity now than I did 5 years ago. But I started to get more anxious and stressed out because I was now being perceived in a way that I've never been perceived before, and B, like, I don't like that.
Yeah.
I don't like it at all.
Yeah.
Like, and I've had a really hard time with figuring out how I want to be perceived and who I want to be in that space. And I've had to deal with a lot of pushback professionally and needing to really go out of my way to stand up for myself, and it's been really hard, especially as a woman in comedy. And you know, it's a lot. And so I'm sure it's stuff that you deal with too, where it's like you're doing all the super exciting stuff, but it comes with this new level of anxiety and fear and stress where you feel like all of a sudden you are not you anymore, and you're kind of this machine that needs to be operating. And if you have a weak emotion or feeling or moment, then you're not operating well.
Yeah.
At least that's how I started to feel.
Oh, definitely. And I feel like in the machine, like when you're in that mindset, it's like you're scrolling, you're doing something, and you're seeing like, oh, I could be doing this, I could be doing that.
Where you see someone else doing something, you're like, oh,
yeah,
like,
and you're
panic,
and you're like, well, I have to get up and do that. Like, I can't take a break, or like trying to take a break, and you're like, on that break, what am I gonna do next? Like, where am I gonna go here? Because then you see like things, people blow up and overnight, which is great. Like, no shade to them, but then it gives you're like, okay, I'm not working hard enough. I'm not doing this enough, or I'm not. What could I be doing better? And like all that, and that you question your whole being off of something that like started off as fun, like it.
I stopped having fun a long time ago. And I don't want to like sound like
no
Ethel Merman here. Like, I stopped having fun back in my day. You know, that she doesn't even talk like that. I don't know who that was. But
I liked her. Bring her back.
I don't know. Where does she go? No, like when I started making videos primarily on TikTok, like during the pandemic, I've had conversations with people even recently where it's like, you know, your content is so vital and it's so powerful and it's so important. It's like, well, yeah, but I'm not. The reason I did that is because we were in a global pandemic and then that happened. But I am this person and this is what I do. And I'm not that person. I'm this person. I do this stuff. And I've been doing this stuff. It's I've had a really hard time with that.
Yeah. Where like crossing over to
not even crossing. Oh, I mean, listen. So the internet gave me opportunity to do what I've wanted, which is film and television. So now for the last 3 years, I've done film and television. I've done really cool stuff. I've been so fortunate, and like oh my God, so like thank you for having me. Oh my God, you know, like I've been having a good time, but also like there's work in that, and that's been stressful. I've been rejected a shit ton, and I wrestle back and forth with like, I'm not really in a headspace where I want to make videos anymore.
Right.
I'm just not.
No, totally.
And I've been having a hard time with that, because then sometimes I will make a video when I feel like it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And but then I feel like I constantly need to have a dialogue about it.
Right.
It's this thing in my life that I have now come to hate. Which sounds so awful, but it's true, where it's like, wait, I did this as a thing, and oh my God, it, you know, blew up and people liked it, and here I am, and it kind of, you know, created this huge platform for me, and thank you so much. This changed my life. Oh my God, there's so many fortunate things I have. Like, if I told me 7 years ago, like that girl was in the trenches. If I told her like, hey girl, this is what's coming up, I would have like fallen to my knees. But now I'm in this place where like I feel like I don't know, it's this when you sort of like originate yourself from like a place on social media or the internet, it's such a weird place to be, and it's so hard, where it's exhausting when I constantly have to, I have felt in like the professional world, have to prove myself. So then I went out of my way for like 3 years nonstop, like a machine, to prove myself. Like, okay, these people don't know who I am, but I've been, you know, for the last 10 years doing improv and sketch and comedy and doing live shows around town. But this person thinks that I'm an influencer and a mom, and like I have, like, you know what I mean? It's this whole weird thing. And in the last year, I would just be, I was exhausted, you know, that having to like,
it's a burnout.
Burnout. Yeah. And I think that's a lot of what happened to me last year. I didn't know what that was. I didn't know what a nervous breakdown was. I didn't know what burnout was.
I think that's what I'm learning. Like, that's
don't
where
have
I'm
a
at.
nervy beat.
Like I'm learning that. Like,
but I think it's good and transformative, because I'm now in a place where it's like, oh, I'm okay with either. I'm okay with all the things. Before I wasn't. Before I was like, I'm not an internet person. You know what I mean?
Totally.
I had all of these weird negative connotations of everything, because I was so consumed with how I think people thought of me. And then I was like, wait, I'm like a grown adult. You know? It's just, it messes with your head.
I felt like I care way more about what people think about me now than I did when I was like high school or anything like that, or like early 20s. And now I'm like, it's what all you think about.
And like, sometimes you can tell that starts to eat away at people. You can tell.
Oh, for sure.
And you see it happening, and you're like, oh, you know?
Totally.
And it's just, it's an interesting thing, because now obviously social media is so much more powerful than it used to be. So like, people are cultivating very fully cooked careers from the internet. And like, that is a thing that's happening now. But there's all of this, like, I think emotional catch up for a lot of other people, where I had a meeting with somebody like last year, and I'm never one to talk myself up, but I'd also spent 2 years like, I booked this and I booked that, and I did this and I did that, and I felt really proud of myself. And I was like, wow, fuck yeah. You know what I mean?
Nice to feel proud of yourself.
I'm living my fucking dream. Hello. And I had a meeting, I had a general meeting with somebody, and, you know, I just very demurely, I guess, so what have you been up to? Oh, you know, this and this and this and that, and I'm working on this, and, you know, I'm kind of, I'm writing this and doing that, and he goes, okay, so you're thinking of breaking into acting. And I was like,
what? Wait, why?
He said that, and I was just sitting there on Zoom in this meeting, and I was just like, Jesus fucking Christ.
Like, also, way to knock me the fuck down.
But it wasn't intentional. Okay, it wasn't like, but it was like,
he was just part of the conversation. You're like,
that was his, listen, everyone is trying to peacock for everyone else at all fucking times.
Yeah.
It is exhausting. And I've had so many meetings like that where I've had to be like, I'm so confused as to what's going on here.
Right. Totally.
You know?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's fucking nuts out here.
It's hard.
So of course, if you feel like shit, of course you do.
Yeah.
Of course I had a nervy bee.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Well, on a lighter note, how do you now? No, just like
I'm so sorry. I feel like I made it so heavy.
No.
Oh my God, we love that.
And this is still not. This isn't like I'm not gonna like swerve it to the like a whole different topic.
Yeah.
But like
your favorite color.
Let's talk about my book.
in that time, like what are things now that you do find joy in that like take your mind off that, or like that you've learned to on the daily kind of help you steer away from like those times where you feel really negative?
Yeah.
Hot yoga.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hot yoga.
That's my temple.
Yeah.
No, but I really did take up hot yoga.
No, love.
I love it.
I don't like regular yoga.
Regular yoga is boring, and if I sweat in regular yoga, I'm like, okay, gross. Hot yoga is like, let's
drench. Yeah.
I love hot yoga, but I hate men in hot yoga. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. I'm not going.
It's performative, and I want it out of here.
Yeah.
This is not for you, and I'm sorry. It's not
everything
for you.
Everything is for men.
It's for the girls and the gays.
Yeah.
That is what hot yoga is for.
So we are allowed?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Because you're not going to walk into a hot
like
yoga
stare
space
at
and
your-
be like, ugh.
Yeah.
This guy was covered in hair. He was right next to me the last time I went, which was very recently. But he had long shoulder length hair. No, elbow length hair, and it wasn't up. And so every single time he moved around, it was spraying and splattering in my face. And his mat was so wet that it started to like.
Oh no!
It was fucking disgusting. There were like bubbles under him. It was so gross.
Oh my God.
So straight men stop going to hot yoga.
This is your warning.
Please.
It's
go on a hike instead. Go on a hike, do your run, go to your gyms, get the fuck out of hot yoga. We don't want you there. We don't want you there. And if you're going to set up your mat next to a woman, give her a fucking foot of room and put your fucking hair up.
Yeah.
And stop doing push-ups in hot yoga.
Wait, push-ups in hot yoga?
In between set, it's like, and if you want to do another vinyasa, you can. And then fucking Chad over here is doing 80 push-ups.
No, that's also distracting. That's also, it's so territorial and trying to like prove yourself and blah, blah, blah.
Taking the water bottle.
Yeah. No way.
What the fuck is wrong? Go home. Get out of here. What is wrong with you?
I went to one hot yoga class one time. I had just come out of the closet.
Oh my
I was
God.
16. I never worked out. Like I didn't know how to work out. I didn't know like that. I had to like run to keep the weight off.
And my boyfriend will say things about working out where I'm like, what?
Yeah.
What are macros? That's made up.
Yeah, macros. I'm like, that does sound made up.
Yeah.
But no, I go to this core power yoga in Chicago and I go with my friends and I'm like so embarrassed. I'm sweating so much. Like I'm sweating from my knees.
But that's what you're supposed to do.
No, I know. But like I remember
That's what you're supposed to
I
do.
remember specifically being like, I didn't know that my knecaps could sweat.
Right.
Like that's
every crevice.
I genuinely
I
was
had
like,
crazy upper lip sweat and I was like, I had no idea.
That man's hair is like my mustache in Big Red Yoga. Where it's like blowing it.
No, but then I go down to the locker room and I've just come out and there was like an older man in there. Older, like probably at this time he was 30. Like he wasn't like 80, but I was 16, so I was a little baby. And I also know that I'm prefacing this, it was creepy, but like as a 16-year-old, there was this like older gay guy there.
What happened next?
We didn't hook up. But he like totally was like checking me out, which is, you should not do that to a 16-year-old.
He's a child.
He's a child.
But what happened next?
Yeah. But I was like, I thought it was like, I was like, oh my God, I'm a star. I'm a star. I literally, because I had just come out and I was like, wow.
16-year-old Nick being like, I am sex. Like after hot yoga. That's so funny.
I was like, oh my God, I'm totally gonna fuck. Like in life.
I love that.
I was like, I'm gonna.
So you
never
had
went back?
you had your sexual awakening in hot yoga.
Yeah,
that's what that was.
Yeah. So proving your point.
Great.
Sex, like in hot yoga.
Sex.
Hot yoga is about fucking, but not for straight men.
So you had your like, I'm gonna fuck moment. What was your first like? I can't wait to fuck.
Yeah.
Your first moment in life, because that's a
7,
moment.
though.
That's like no.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not talking about sexual awakening. I'm talking about like your moment. You're like, I can't fucking wait to fuck.
Yes,
but not horny like minutes before.
Okay,
like
yeah.
I'm a person who fucks. Like, do you know what I mean?
It was entirely that.
You know what I mean?
literally was like, okay,
that's different from sexual awakening. That's like if someone came up to me right now, I'd probably fuck. You know?
Yes. It was 100% that.
I guess senior year of high school, probably that. But that's when I came out as well. I think it was when I came out, when I was like really like ready to fuck. And I felt like for the first time I was like, oh my gosh, like this is who I am. And kind of like let's go, like whole open, mouth open, like dick hard, like let's
oh my God.
Go.
You need that on a shirt. Whole open, mouth open, dick hard. Let's fuck. Okay, now
merch. Mine?
Let's fuck.
Oh my God. It took a while for me because I was afraid of guys for a long time, and then I was afraid of penises for a while, and I had a boyfriend for like a year, and I was like still. I once gave my hand job through his underwear, and I gave him like a rug burn.
Was it bushy boxers?
No, it was like cotton, just like regular cotton.
Okay.
Briefs, I think.
Briefs.
Hi Matt. But I
shout out. Come
hey,
on the pod.
He's a father now, so that's kind of weird.
Oh my God, congrats.
But congrats, babe.
Congrats.
But so I was giving him a hand job through his underwear, and I gave him a rug burn, and then he called me and he was like, "You gave me a fucking burn on my dick." And I was like, I'm so bad at fucking. It took me a while, and then I remember like the first time we made out, I was like, oh my God, like I couldn't handle it. I was so scared, so it took me a while. And then one day he fingered me in the back of my Scion TC.
Oh my God.
I was like, okay, I think I can fuck. I think we're gonna fuck. Yeah.
And you fucked.
And then the first time I've told this story on another podcast. It's just my favorite story.
Okay, tell us. I don't know it.
We lost our virginities to each other after a year.
Fun.
On our anniversary. Cute. Super cute. And I was on top.
Okay.
The very first.
Okay.
I was like, I am gonna fuck right now. I was literally on top, hoisted, mounted. Laid it down, and then the condom broke, and then but we were only having sex for 5 seconds. The condom broke. He pulled out. He was like, oh my fucking God. And he started crying. So then we jumped in the car. He's like, you need to take plan B like right fucking now, dude. I'm fucking freaking out. And so we drove to a CVS 45 minutes away from my house because he was afraid that we were going to run into somebody. And he's 16 years old.
So were you driving and you were like, okay, we can go to this one?
No, but like, literally I was like, babe, it doesn't work like that. I was like, you didn't come. He's like, I don't know if I came or not. He's like, what about pre-cum?
Well, by the way,
Come on.
My face.
If there's a pre-cum baby out there, I want to see it and kiss its face. Because they don't exist. Anyway. So he goes into a CVS. He comes out hysterical. I'm like, what happened? He's like, they won't fucking sell it to me because I'm fucking underage.
Oh.
So that was right before Thanksgiving break.
Wait,
and then
18?
I guess so. Yeah. Oh. And then I went up to Northern California to my uncle's for Thanksgiving. And the whole week I was like, I had sex with my boyfriend. And I felt different.
Yeah.
Like I would sit at the table with my family and just be like, I'm the only one at this table who fucks. Like I can still feel his dick inside of me. I don't know like how to fucking even look at anybody right now. I'm just like, I'm so hot and beautiful and like I just fucked. But also I was like, what if I'm pregnant?
Yeah, there's a lot of food.
I was obsessed with the drama of it. Obsessed. I was like, no, but for real, like, what if I'm fucking pregnant? That would be crazy. And then so my parents went out to a winery with my aunt and uncle, and they were like, come. And I was like, I'm gonna stay back because my stomach hurts.
Yeah.
They said that's a lot of food on your plate. So I'm eating for two.
I just have like a crazy appetite. I don't know what's going on with me. And then I would like call my boyfriend and be like, is it too early to like feel something kick inside of you? Like I was a absolute fucking mess. Oh Meanwhile, God. He's like, Caitlyn, I swear to fucking God, like, did you feel something kick inside of you? Because like I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna gonna tell my parents. Like, they're gonna send me off to the fucking Navy, and he's now in the Navy. But
I have full tears. Full tears.
But that was and then I wasn't pregnant, obviously. Obviously. I was also like 42 pounds. I could not house another life if I tried. But yeah.
That's amazing. But you knew you could fuck.
I was like, oh, I'm a fuck now.
That is so funny that you say that, like, at the table, like, no one knows here that I like.
No one here knows that I am like, I like have sex.
I like remember so specifically going to a diner the morning after I had sex for the first time. Anal. Well, I've never had vaginal.
You've never had vaginal?
Never.
I wonder, have you?
I did, yeah.
What's the difference? Like, what's the difference?
I will say, like, I always did enjoy it. I just think, and it felt good. Like, it felt good. But like, it felt good. I never had complaints, and I'm not like
never had complaints.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, but to me, it just wasn't like, it didn't turn me on as much as like a dick has ever.
Yeah.
Both amazing. I don't know really the difference. I guess one is, going in my ass and I'm putting it inside of another man's ass.
Right.
It's tighter, right?
Yeah.
Assholes are tighter.
Yeah.
That's why people like, that's why straight men are always like, can we?
I had an ex-boyfriend who, well, actually, I'm not going to say that. I had an ex-boyfriend who was obsessed with hold on. I want a career. Wait a second. I had an ex-boyfriend who was obsessed. This was also, and hey buddy, this was right before we broke up.
Okay.
But he went through a phase where all he wanted to do was finger my asshole.
Oh.
And I'm just gonna say right now, I don't like it.
Yeah.
And I want it away from me, and it doesn't feel good, and I don't like it. And some girls like it, and I don't like it. It's not for me, and that's okay. And that's okay.
No kink shaming. No nothing.
No kink shaming at all.
But you don't like it.
Not for me.
It's not for you.
No. For so many reasons, because immediately, like, I'm gonna poop.
Totally.
Get away from me! I'm about to poop. Literally,
I'm gonna poop on your finger.
I'm gonna poop on your finger. But so there's one time, and if you see this, I'm so sorry. There was one time.
Oh, you haven't said his name.
No, and I never will. It's like Voldemort. No, I'm kidding. So we were in my parents' backyard in my parents' hot tub, and he, bada bing, bada boom, and he started doing that, and I was like, no, don't. Yeah. But it was consensual.
Yeah.
And he was like, let's just try, come on, like, let's just try it. Like, it's just like, and
was this the first time it ever happened?
It was the first time it ever happened. And we were in a loving consensual relationship, but I was like, what is it with you and my asshole?
Yeah.
He was like, it's just sort of about like domination, right? Like, I just like, I want to put something in all of your holes.
Oh my God. I love the way he phrased that.
Is that kind of sweet?
Romantic.
Like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay.
Yeah,
Also, he
now.
chronically cheated on me.
Oh,
yeah.
we don't like that.
We don't like that. But it's okay. Well, it's not. Fuck you. But
no, we do not condone that.
So he started trying to, but we're in a hot tub, right? And it's very taxing on me physically and mentally.
Yeah.
I pass out in the hot tub.
No, finger in your ass.
Yes.
And
you were like his finger puppet.
Yeah. So then he picks me up because he's like, oh my God. He picks me up and throws me into the cold pool.
Oh,
honestly, kind of smart.
Smart.
All right. She's passed out. You're throwing her
So
he kind of
hoists me.
Wait, she could have drowned.
He hoists me into the cold pool.
Maybe not smart.
And I was like, what? And the whole time I'm trying to be hot, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, what happened? You know what I mean?
I'm so lightheaded.
I got it. Is it because I'm so skinny?
Poop? Oh wait, no, that's a leaf. Okay. So I tried to be cool about it. There were like a couple more times where I was like, please don't. And he was like, come on. And I was like, okay. I'm trying really hard, but just realizing like I fucking hate this.
Oh my God. Having anal the first time.
Terrifying, right?
Terrifying,
I can only imagine.
I also was like, what are we doing?
It's literally frowned upon.
I was like, I know that this is like illegal for some good reasons, but
the Bible doesn't like this.
Yeah. There are countries that you're literally not allowed to do this in.
Yeah.
No, but I just remember, I was 16. I was in my like high school bedroom.
That's young.
Yeah, so I was really young.
Wait, so you came out and you were like literally were like, let's fuck right now.
Yeah, I came out. I think we did anal 2 months after I came out of the closet.
Wow.
Yeah, I gave head the night after I came out.
Head's easy,
well,
I feel like.
I think I
head
know
is
what
like
I
such an exciting thing.
I love,
yeah. And I
love
was
giving head.
gobble, gobble,
I
gobble.
fucking love giving head.
Me too.
Yes. We're unstoppable. No, but yeah, no, I remember just being like, okay, so like, now what? And then it's like, oh, we gotta put a dick in an ass. Like, but also like, there was no
Were you
preparation.
top or bottom?
I bottomed. And I remember being like, ow, ow. And also just like,
Isn't there prep that goes into this?
Back then, I don't really. We didn't know about rimming.
Now, yeah. And
What's that?
Licking.
Eating ass.
Yes,
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, that happened to me once too. I hated that.
Oh, I love that.
Really?
I hated it.
I love that. But
because I don't.
yeah,
because
I get it. No, by the way,
You know what, though?
I don't like it.
If you
For me.
Yeah,
For you.
for you,
but
For me.
I think
Screaming at you.
For me. No, but I think what I find comfort in, or when I like it, is because like usually I'm like prepared. Like I'm like well.
See, I'm never prepared. I'm
like-
always stinky.
I always have a little diaper.
I'm
Yeah.
always a little stinky.
No, but that's why I'm like, I'll put my ass in your face, because it's like I
it's like
hope this would happen.
Sure.
You know,
Right,
it's
right.
not like I ate a big meal and
Of
I'm
course.
like throwing it back in a.
Of course.
no,
of course.
and honestly, I mean, and this is such. It's not even. I'm not even making a joke here. This is not for gay Twitter to run with. To prep for someone and for it not to happen is just the fucking worst.
Oh, it's sad.
So what's the prep? Are you
douche?
Yeah.
You douche. But that's the thing, is that like, especially back then, like I didn't know what a douche was. I also didn't know what lube was.
Right.
So I got raw dog.
Oh.
16 years old. Just like,
Did you? Was it like your first?
it was
with
not
the other?
enjoyable. Yes.
Oh, that's sweet.
It was not enjoyable. And I also just remember being like, I don't fucking know. I don't know about this.
That's how I felt the first time I had sex.
Okay, well then good.
I also thought for the longest time that a penis sort of just rests within the lips of the vagina and just chills there.
Yeah.
Like,
what do they call that? Soaking?
Kind of.
Okay.
Well, soaking, they go in, but then it just stays there. And they're
But
just
then
kind of
do they
like,
come? Because isn't the whole point to have babies with soaking?
well, no,
Or no, soaking is
they're
some-
not supposed
Yes.
to have sex
Yes.
before marriage. This
So they
is
can
the
soak.
the Utah crowd or
yes.
the Mormon crowd.
Do you
So
know
that
what soaking-
counts as
Mormon
soaking.
teenagers.
Basically, because they're horny and they don't want to have sex before marriage, they like, are they allowed? They're allowed.
No, they
No,
can't
they're
have
not.
sex before marriage.
But no, they're allowed to soak.
No, they're not allowed to soak, but it's a
they do it.
loophole.
So
Like, there's a girl that I went to
It's a
college with who said,
loophole.
I had anal sex for 3 years because I wanted to keep my virginity intact.
Honestly.
So she was like
Diva.
having intense, violent anal sex for 3 years
Totally.
before anyone put anything in her vagina, which is crazy
I
to me.
fucking
No, that's
love
wild.
you.
But
An icon.
Yeah.
Can you-
iconic.
An icon.
Yeah.
I went on a date with this guy who we matched on Bumble and we were texting before. Like I would always text with the guy like a week before and then be like, yeah, let's go on a date.
Yeah.
So we were texting and he got weirdly very sexual and wanted to talk about like, so what are you into? Right?
And you have not gone on the date yet.
Not on the date yet.
Okay.
And so there was a part of me that was like, maybe I'm like a little prudish. Maybe like, yeah, fuck it. Like, yeah, I'm into this. Yeah, I
Yeah.
like it when a guy does this. Yeah, I like it when a guy does that.
Oh,
What,
no.
what about this? Oh, yeah, I think that's hot. But not like super, super involved. We weren't sexting. It was nothing like that. It was
Yeah.
almost like objective, interesting, like flirtatious convo.
Yeah.
But objective. Right?
Okay.
And then he just started to get a little intense about it and a little like, yeah, I just fucking love it when I see my fucking comment. Like, okay, I'm a lady.
Yeah.
What happened to
I have a
Hello,
father
how
who
are
loves
you?
me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't know. My stupid ass was like, yeah, let's go on that date.
Yeah.
So I meet him somewhere. It was the weirdest date of my life to this
God.
day. But it would never end. He kept taking me places, and I'm like, don't go to a second location.
Oh God.
Anyway, he ended up dropping me off. I went through this phase where I was like, even if the date was the worst date I ever been on, I would still kiss him. Like, self-respect. Didn't have any. And so we kiss, and as we're kissing, he starts choking.
No.
Like sexually choking me.
Oh.
And I could still breathe, but he was like very like sexually forcefully choking me, and I like took his hand away, and I felt so awkward, and I was like, oh well, I'm never seeing this person again. Where I was like, okay, good night. And then I broke out in hives because he has a cat.
Oh
no.
And I'm very allergic to cats.
We all are. Yeah. We all are.
But then he like, also I kind of was a huge proponent of ghosting, and this is why. I'm a woman.
Yeah.
I can do whatever I want, number one. Number two,
totally.
When it comes to heterosexual women and heterosexual men, heterosexual straight men are fucking weird.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
All of them are weird. My boyfriend is a weirdo. Creep, get the fuck away from me, you disgusting creep. Get out of our apartment. You don't deserve to have a phone. Like on our first date, my own boyfriend, I was like, stop fucking looking at me, you fucking creep. Anyway, I love him. But yeah, so I like if I went on a first date with a guy and then I didn't like them, I'm like, okay, well, we're never talking again.
Yeah.
I don't need to explain to you why we're not going on a second date. I don't need to tell you that I don't like you.
Right.
If we're chatting and texting and then I look at your Instagram and I'm like, the vibe is off and we haven't met, I don't ever need to talk to you again.
No,
I've gotten so many messages to me like, it'd be really nice if I had no. You don't. You can totally go someone after a first date. Sorry.
Yeah.
That's all you need.
Yeah.
I also do. I feel like you're saying also, especially for straight women, I feel like because also, first of all, straight men do it all the time. They don't care. They'll do it after 10 dates. They don't give a fuck. But also,
they will do it to you after you give birth to their child.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Like
okay.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
But no, so this guy kept texting me, be like, I just want to know, like, ever since our date, like, I just kind of feel like there's been a shift. And I kind of like was like, yeah, man, I'm just not into it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, interesting. Thanks for telling me. Can I ask why? And I'm like, no, I'm not.
The exit survey is crazy.
I see people talk about this on TikTok, like, it's a really respectful, grown, evolved thing to. Miss me with that. I don't. No thanks.
Yeah.
I don't like. How about we all grow up and just like discern.
Except
like there's someone. There's someone who. This is an after podcast story, so I'm gonna wait. But there was someone who wanted to get lunch with me. And they kept wanting to get lunch with me and kept wanting to get lunch with me. And it's not that I didn't want to get lunch with them, but I just was in a place where I was like, my life and my world is happening at full speed right now. And I you're great and I adore you, but like I can't get lunch right now.
Yeah.
So I was sort of a little lax on the responses. And I was over here and I was doing this, nothing to them. They kept texting me. They kept doubling down. Hey, just checking in. Hey, sorry I didn't hear from you. And I was like, hey, yeah, no, I'm doing this for work, or hey, I'm actually out of town, but I'm okay, great. Just want to, we gotta get that lunch.
Yeah.
And they kind of wouldn't stop.
Yeah.
And I got to a point where I was like, I feel like they have to be picking up what I'm putting down right now.
Yeah.
And people, there's so much therapy talk. And everyone's like, you have to get boundary respect and excellent. Sometimes you just need to pick up what the fuck people are putting down. And people don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
No.
And I understand that some people don't have certain discernment. Like I miss clues all the time. And like I'm a direct person, but sometimes it's like just pick it up.
Also, if this is the 7th time in a row,
and we've actually never met before.
It's crazy. It's difficult too, because also you don't want to like, and I deal with my boyfriend's always like, you need to say no more, and I'm like, but
I'm bad at that. I'm really bad at that.
Everything
Me too.
But no.
Same.
Because if I say no, then I'm
that's
the asshole,
rude.
and it's not my fault.
And it's not that I don't want to get lunch with you. It's that I absolutely can't right now, and probably won't for a few months.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And when I say that I will do something, I will do it. I will reach out. Yeah, it's so it's so difficult for me to say no.
It's very hard for me.
I don't know. I'm always like, how do I say this any other way than that?
Yeah.
I feel like I am the opposite. Like, I feel like maybe we're all like this, but like where you pick it up where I'm like, oh, you don't answer once. I'm like, you hate me. Okay, I'm never talking to you
That's how I am.
Yeah, I'm like,
I literally am like, I will be caught dead double texting.
Oh, same.
You have to have seen me bleed and shit and vomit for me to double text you. Yeah. For real. Yeah.
I pick up too much kidding. Almost. I'm like, oh, you didn't answer in time. I'm like, oh, you hate me. You don't want to see it ever again.
Yeah.
Like even
you didn't like my response and then respond. I'm out.
Yeah.
Totally.
Bye. Yeah. I'm out. I realized there was someone that I felt like I was responding too much to, and they weren't responding back to me, and I felt a little jilted by this person on Instagram. So I started unsending some of the messages that I'd sent. I did not know that person gets notification every single time you delete it.
No, you don't.
No, I've done that.
But so
what
then,
do you mean?
So I literally was going through. I was like, fuck this person. Unsend. I look like I'm talking to myself. Unsend. And then I was like, this feels a little too wily for Instagram. I feel like there's a catch here. Yeah. And then I Googled it and they get so-and-so unsent a message to you. So-and-so unsent a message. Unless I'm wrong. No, but I think that they get notified. And I was like, I want to fucking die.
I didn't think they could see who did it. I thought it just said a user unsent a message.
No, I think it's you.
But I'll say this, dude. You know there's a new feature on Instagram
where you can look at the history of that person's account with you. Yeah, no, I know.
Where you can see what they like.
Oh, I know.
Of your
every single person that follows me, which is a lot of every single person I follow that follows me, I have interacted with that feature.
Yeah,
I know.
Found that out recently.
I know fucking everything. I know what you like. I know what you don't like. I know what you've deleted.
Yeah.
I know when you followed me. I know when you fucking unfollowed me and then refollowed me, you asshole. I know fucking everything.
Yeah.
No, I found that recently and I started doing it and then I was like, this is gonna make me want to kill myself, so I stopped.
I know.
It is humbling.
For me,
say.
I'm a Virgo, true and true. What's your birthday?
I think our birthdays are a day apart, if I remember this correctly.
What's your birthday?
September 13th.
12!
I knew it.
Wait, okay, what's your rising?
I don't know that.
Oh, God.
I'm a Virgo rising.
Interesting. What's your sun?
Aries.
Interesting.
Wait, you make sense to me as a Virgo.
I'm a Sagittarius rising.
I don't know what that means.
We're not we have co-star, but that's really Eric's.
I have co-star.
Well, for us, we like
I'm an
the
Aquarius
memes.
moon.
See, I don't know.
I'm an Aquarius moon.
Shut the fuck. So Aquarius moons, I think, are super interesting.
I love that.
I love Aquarius moons.
Aquarius moon, Aries, Sun, Virgo rising.
I love that.
I don't know what you guys are talking about.
You need to figure you out.
Yeah, figure that out.
What are we talking about? Oh, the feature. So I'm a Virgo, so the more power, the better. Yeah. And information is power.
Yeah. No. That.
And so I need to know everything.
Yeah.
I need to know everything. So I love that feature.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It was very humbling to me to see people who I really adore and look up to, who have followed me for as long as I've followed them, and see that I've liked 300 of their posts and they've liked one.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the fact that I also
that feature has literally made me okay, I'm not going to talk to that person for a while. I'm not going to I'm just going to pull
and
back.
Also just you see my stuff. I mean, I barely post on the internet anymore, but I'm I
think half of the people I follow I've muted. I do not interact with most people.
There are a lot of people need to get muted more. I also think
because unfollowing is so vicious now.
Unfollowing is
unless you've been directly unless you've directly done something really awful. I think unfollowing is so weird and vicious, and it's very hard for me to do.
I think now that is. I don't agree with it, but I think it is now assumed that when the unfollow happens, that is the end of the relationship. There is nothing that can fix it.
Yeah.
It's people will always remember the day that they got unfollowed, and people will fucking hate you for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't unfollow me.
Oh, I don't give a fuck. Whatever you want.
I was trying to be scary.
I don't care anymore. Do whatever the fuck you want.
Well, did you know?
No.
Actually, really exciting news.
What?
You've been nominated for an award.
And
you actually won.
What does that mean?
You won an award.
A Breathe If You Agree award.
A Breathe If You Agree award.
And we hope, actually from earlier, we hope you like the category. But you've won the Breathe If You Agree award for girl who is most likely to be okay.
Hey!
Wow. Oh. Wow, that's me and that's Kamala. That's a bee. Why is there a bee on it?
It's a wasp.
It's a wasp. Oh. And then crumble cookies, and they're not cookies, they're cake.
Get those crumble cookies out of here.
Oh, wow.
Would you like to give your acceptance speech, please?
I would like to thank me first and foremost. I would like to thank Kamala Harris, and I would like to thank all of the white women in my life who were terrible to me, who have inspired me to channel art through pain.
Oh my God! Well, you look gorgeous there. You look gorgeous now. We're so glad. This was so fun.
Yeah.
I literally think I just laughed for an hour. You are the funniest fucking person.
Oh my God,
so funny.
You're so gorgeous. You're so talented, and it's totally fine that you hate gay people.
I hate gay people.
It's really is okay because I think you give us enough, so it's okay.
I give you a lot.
Yeah.
And we love you.
I give you a lot. I bleed for you. I get nothing back.
Well, we'll try to do our best to keep on giving.
We love you so much. Thank you.
Like, you
so
guys.
honored that you're here.
Do you want to promo anything? Do you want to say your name?
Tell us where we can find you.
You can follow me on Instagram at Hi Caitlyn Reilly. You can follow me on TikTok at It's Caitlyn Hello.
I always forget these things.
I forgot. Or you can just Google my fucking name.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Well, thank you so much for watching and listening. Yes. This was episode 20.
Episode 20.
Woo!
We're still starting out, so leave our, comments, follow, subscribe, like, share, all the whole deal. And follow Caitlyn. She's fucking hilarious.
The best.
I mean, it would be weird to me if you don't already, but follow her on all social media platforms. Your life will definitely improve.
Yes. And we love you, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
She's still going.